The latest episode of The View took a fiery turn as co-host Joy Behar called out CNN anchor Jake Tapper, accusing him of hypocrisy in his coverage of Donald Trump's recent confusion over a cognitive test. The controversy began when Trump, now 79, claimed during an Air Force One briefing that he had taken a very hard IQ test and undergone an MRI at Walter Reed Medical Center. Behar, however, was quick to highlight what she saw as a glaring double standard in the media's response to Trump's statements compared to the scrutiny Joe Biden faced over his mental fitness. "I'd like to know why Jake Tapper, who wrote an entire book about Biden's cognitive abilities, says nothing and writes nothing about this guy," Behar said, referring to the CNN journalist. Her remark came as the panel reacted to Trump's comments, sparking laughter and debate at the table. Behar's frustration seemed to stem from Tapper's recent book Original Sin, President Biden's Decline, Its Cover-Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again, co-authored with Alex Thompson. The book explores alleged efforts by the White House to hide Biden's supposed cognitive decline ahead of the 2024 election, a topic Behar and her co-hosts have long defended Biden against. Following Behar's criticism, CNN declined to issue an official statement. However, it's worth noting that Tapper has previously discussed Trump's health on air with CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Still, Behar's remarks struck a chord with viewers who sensed her frustration over what she sees as the uneven playing field when it comes to how major networks handle questions of presidential fitness. Sunny Hostin joined the discussion by poking fun at Trump's claim that the test was difficult, pointing out that toddlers have passed this with a perfect score, implying that bragging about it may not have been wise. Sarah Haynes chimed in, explaining that the creator of the test made it clear it was not an IQ test but a basic cognitive assessment, something meant to detect memory issues or early signs of dementia, not measure intelligence. "So it kind of tells you his cognitive abilities that he screwed that up," she said, drawing laughter from the audience. The discussion soon expanded to the broader political atmosphere surrounding presidential fitness, particularly after Biden's much-discussed withdrawal from the 2024 race. Biden's exit followed a wave of pressure from Democratic figures, including George Clooney, who urged him to step aside after a disastrous debate performance against Trump. That move infuriated Behar and co-host Whoopi Goldberg, who openly criticized Clooney on The View. George Clooney wrote an op-ed in the New York Times saying he didn't think Biden was up for the job. Couldn't he tell him that in person? For God's sake? Goldberg asked. Behar agreed, adding, "I'm mad at George Clooney right now." As for Trump, his Air Force One comments didn't end with his test brag. He also took aim at Representatives Jasmine Crockett and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, calling them low IQ individuals. The remarks sparked backlash online, with Ocasio-Cortez responding sharply on X, formerly Twitter, out of curiosity. "Did those doctors ask you to draw a clock, by any chance? Was that part hard for you, too?" Asking for 340 million people. The heated exchange on The View highlights how questions about mental fitness, whether directed at Biden or Trump, remain a central and divisive theme in American politics. But for Behar, the issue runs deeper than just who passes a cognitive test. It's about accountability, fairness, and how the media shapes the public's perception of leadership. And once again, she's made sure no one, not even Jake Tapper, is off limits when it comes to speaking her mind.